Hello and welcome back to How I Failed in Business podcast, the business podcast where we explore the ups, the downs, the mistakes and mishaps that every business leader will face at least once in their career.
That's right. Sure, we do like hearing about successes, but let's face it, we all have a failure story, especially if there's something good that comes out of it. As always, I'm joined by Megan Grace, an expert digital marketer, podcast producer, an all-round incredible lady.
And I'm joined by Rob Spence. Hi Rob, how are you?
No, read what it says. Read what it says.
And I am joined by Rob Spence, an expert sales trainer, author, and multi-award winning business owner.
Thank you.
An all-round incredible lad. Hi Rob, how are you?
I'm really good, thank you. How are you doing? You okay?
Yeah, I'm all good. How was your
Good.
week?
Good. Do you know what? It's been really good. We've had a busy week. We were down in London yesterday.
We were.
At the time of recording.
We were.
Did you have a good time?
I did have a good time.
Lovely.
Fun.
It was good fun. We were down there. We were kindly invited with Molly, of course, just off camera, to the CVP. What was it called? The Education
Festival.
We had a couple of workshops and what's the word I'm looking for? Sort of masterclasses from some experts. What was like your kind of key takeaway from what we learned down there?
It was all about lighting.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, we might need some better light.
It's slightly off camera. You might just catch it in the wide, but yeah, maybe the brown tape to a ceiling isn't the best
way to go about it.
But can I just say that the placement of that light came from the last workshop we went to, run by the same guy who discussed positioning the light.
But I don't think they discussed taping it to the ceiling.
No.
I think they...
But it does the job.
It does the job.
Although it's not the best light in the world.
No.
But we learned a lot about lighting, light placement as well.
Yeah.
And then we had a great conversation with Keith Ficus.
Keithicus.
Yeah, I liked him.
Keithicus. He was really funny.
He was good. And I hope, what was his real name? Keith Eccles.
Yeah.
He is producing a documentary at the moment that could end up on Netflix.
Yeah.
What was really funny, I don't know if you heard this, you probably did because you were there, but he said, he was like, well, we pitched it to Netflix and they were like,
they said,
yeah, it could do. We wish he'd have died though. And you're like, okay. And he's like, but we could always just put it on Amazon Prime because that's the easy one. Like,
as if Amazon Prime was like, just Amazon Prime.
I know, just Amazon Prime.
Imagine if we were on Amazon Prime, that'd be sick.
I am on Amazon Prime.
You are?
I am on Amazon Prime.
In the Bollywood movie?
In the Bollywood movie. I am on To Hova May Hova. I'm on Amazon Prime. Annoyingly, I know you had to. I don't know if you still have to. It was on part of the Amazon Prime where you then have to like pay extra.
Oh,
so it's not like
you have to pay to watch it.
Yeah, so I had to pay like an extra £3 or £4
to watch yourself.
To watch myself.
No, in the back of one scene.
No, I'm in 4 scenes, I think. Wow. But one of them's an important scene because I'm in the scene with the main character, and he looks at me.
He looks at you,
and I go like that. That's my acting. He looks at me. He says something in Gujarati, which I didn't understand. And I went, it was probably completely slagging me off, to be honest. He's like, you look like a prick. I'm like,
yeah, I know.
I do, thanks. So yeah, but no, it was a great day. I learned a lot. Molly, did you have a nice time in London with us yesterday?
I really enjoyed myself.
What? Sorry, can you say it with a bit more conviction?
She's got a gun to her head behind that camera.
I had a good time.
Sorry guys.
Should we start that again?
Yeah.
Molly, did you have a good time in London?
Wow, it was absolutely amazing. I can't recommend it enough.
There we go. What was your key takeaway from
lighting?
Stop just saying lighting.
Well, a lot of our workshops were surrounding lighting.
They were.
Lighting placement, how it can show emotion, that sort of thing. So that's my takeaways.
Do you know what I might do for next year? Mm-hmm. I'm sure they're going to do one next year. I think what we might do is stay over, but go to 2 days.
Do a couple of days.
Because one of the guys we went to, I forget his name. Ollie. He did one on colour grading. But he only did that on the second day. We only went to the third day. So it might be nice for variance if we go for 1 day, stay over, go to the second day, then we get a lot more.
I think let's do the Netflix one they did that we missed. Is that from like making it for Netflix?
Was there one that like
there
that? Was there?
There's a
Why did we not go to that one then?
Because it was fully booked by the time we got onto
was it? Yeah.
But if next year we plan it earlier and we do a couple of days.
Well, this time next year, Rodney, we could be on Netflix.
Rodney?
Only Fools and Horses. Please tell me you've watched Only Fools and Horses. Please. I can see our guest, who I will introduce in a second, grimacing in the corner. He is disgusted at you as I am.
I just don't understand why you called me Rodney.
Right. So
even if I knew Fools and Horses, why would you call me Rodney?
Right. Molly, have you seen Only Fools? Right. Okay.
This
time next year, Rodney, we'll be millionaires.
Oh, no.
So that's like the joke. I was running with that.
Oh.
So this time next year, Rodney.
I didn't understand that. Sorry.
Oh my God. Okay. This time next year, Megan. we could be on Netflix
we could be
anyway.
on Netflix.
So
that's why we should have gone to that masterclass.
We should have done. We've fucked up here. But I'm on Amazon Prime.
Wow.
So I don't.
Fuck Netflix then.
Fuck your Netflix.
Yeah.
I'm on Amazon Prime.
Right.
I don't care. But I love London.
I love London.
One of my key takeaways. A couple of key takeaways from me.
Mm-hmm.
Glad you asked. One lighting, right?
Yeah.
I learned a lot about lighting.
Really?
Honestly, a lot,
Wow.
right? Secondly, pubs,
Mm-hmm.
right? I love a pub.
I know.
I love a pub, right? Those pubs were full,
They were.
pouring outside.
Bustling.
What a lovely word. Bustling with business.
Bustling with
Bustling with business outside. And what was the third thing? Offices.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many nice offices down in London. The scary thing is, though, and the funny thing is that that those office spaces probably cost the same as this place does for a whole year, like in a day.
Yeah, probably.
Like, it's expensive. I was watching a podcast recently, John Caldwell, the CEO and founder of Phones For You. Like, I think like Bond Street, where we were yesterday, Phones For You shop was like always at a loss because it was like £1 million a year to run, and obviously you're just selling mobile phones, so you're never gonna. But you need that flagship store to run. Another key takeaway before we introduce our incredible guest today: we need to put everything on wheels. You don't seem happy about this idea.
No,
that was a deep sigh.
Yeah, just go ahead, do your little pitch, sell it to us.
So I'll ask our guest's opinion on this in a second. So we went to, obviously as part of the day, we went to a couple of studios, a couple of sets, and they were talking about different set designs, and they were talking about Jamie Lang's podcasts, and who was the other one they were talking about? Can't remember. Someone else's. But they were talking about how everything's on set.
Irish therapy ones.
Was it Irish
Crouch.
The Crouch. No, because that's in the garage.
Crouch therapy.
That's in their garage.
No. The one we were talking to Kira.
Counselling with friends. No, sack your therapist.
I fired my therapist ghosted me.
Yes, there we go. We got there in the end.
Therapist, that's what I knew.
But they have all of their sets on wheels, no different to a theatre.
Yeah.
So you can just spin things around, turn things around, then it's a whole new change.
Was it my therapist ghosted me?
You take time.
Sorry,
We'll let the viewer and the listener just
really
wait.
No.
Don't nose the microphone.
I just don't think it was that one because it was Jamie Lang's, but it was all Jamie Lang's different podcast.
Yeah, but I think there was someone else as well, though.
No, it was Jamie Lang and his wife, and then Jamie Lang and someone else.
Yes, we were talking about that, weren't we?
Yeah.
So
are
we okay to move on now, or do you want to keep?
No, yes, I just wanted to clarify because I didn't want people to be confused. I didn't want to false advertise anything.
That's fine. Yeah, some podcasts is what we could say.
Yeah.
Have things on wheels.
Yes.
So that they can just turn things around. So my mission over the next couple of weeks is I've come up with some concepts, some doodles as to how we can change the set, put things on wheels, and if you want it like this colour, it's that way. If you want another colour, you can spin it around. If you want that over there, this whole place is going to be a skateboard rink in no time. In absolute no time. Well, maybe you're not fully sold on the idea.
I'm not.
Molly's not fully sold on the idea because part of the idea was to put bookcases on wheels.
That's the thing. I'm not opposed to the wheels and the different sets. I'm opposed to the bookcases.
Well, the bookcase on wheels or bookcases in general?
The bookcases in general.
Why?
I understand why you want the bookcases, like separate the room.
Yeah.
But can we not just get like a wall on a wheel rather than a bookcase?
Well, I'm going to build the walls on the wheel.
You said now why we don't need the bookcases anymore.
Yeah, but
because you were going to form. The issue was
I made that decision after I bought the bookcase.
Yeah, but the issue is
they're being delivered whilst we're
going on. It's going to be somewhere. But you wanted to make a wall of bookcases. You wanted to have the bookcases as a wall, which is the part that I didn't get on board.
But on wheels.
Yes, no, I understand that. But you wanted to make a wheelie wall out of.
It sounds like a really good idea. It sounds. Come on.
I get it. I understand it. My issue was making a wall on wheels out of bookcases.
Yeah.
But if you want walls on wheels and then bookcases as part of the set, I'm all for that. But I didn't want the wall of all the bookcases because I think that would look weird.
I think you're not seeing my vision.
Not seeing the vision. No.
You're not seeing your vision. Right.
No.
Let's get our guest into this to help debate this.
It's getting heated.
So, whilst you calm down, do you need some water?
Yeah, maybe.
Right, hot-headed horse about to be whipped out here. I'd like to introduce our guest today, who's travelled quite a long way, and I've been looking forward to speak to this individual for quite a while because we've become acquaintances, but from afar. I'd like to introduce Mark Harris, a client flow strategist from Digital Consultancy Services. Mark, how are you? Oh, there we go. I still forget that's going to happen, and it panics me.
Yeah.
There we go. How are you, Mark? You okay?
I'm very good, thank you. And can I say thank you so much for having me today? And yeah, that's over the crap light.
It does a job. It serves a purpose.
It does.
So you were chuckling when we were talking about the wheels on the bookcase.
I mean, we've barely even started, and I'm crying already. And I'm a little bit scared to kind of get in on this because I feel like I've been stepping in on a bit of a domestic.
Step in.
You're wrong. He's right.
What?
Yeah,
No way. I was getting edited out.
You can't ask me something and then cut me out. That's just rude. I'm kicking things now. Yeah, the wheelie thing is a really good idea. What can we say? Bookcases are part of a set. Rule.
Yeah.
You need to have lots of books behind you to make you look intelligent.
No, yeah, that I agree. But the issue was he wanted to build a wall out of bookcases, like a whole wall out of bookcases, and make partition like the room with the bookcase.
But then they're still on wheels, so that you can move them into
Yeah, and I like
set.
having them in the set. I don't like building a wall out of them.
It will
That's
look
my
nice.
issue.
Because part of the problem is, you know, where we were sat in our boardroom just before
Yes.
we came in to record. The problem with that is it's a lovely space, but if you're in the boardroom, you feel like you can't use the rest of the room because you're in and out kind of thing. So we need a wall to go there anyway. So me being the entrepreneur that I am / cheapskate, I thought let's get loads of bookcases. Instead of building a wall, let's get bookcases. It partitions the wall. I made them look nice. Like I'll put skirting boards on them. I'll top it off at the top so it'll look like a fitted fixing, not just a Billy bookcase that's been slammed anywhere. Right. When it's ready, Mark, I'll send you a photo. Right.
Please do. And you can advertise your guest books on there, can't you? Like Matt's down there.
Do you know Matt?
I don't know him, but I did recently listen to his episode.
Oh, lovely boy. Yeah.
So yeah, I'd not heard of Matt before. So.
Yeah. Also, one of the most controversial episodes that we ever had. We had to edit a big chunk out. Yeah, I'm not allowed to talk about it on air. We'll tell you.
I think you need to now.
Yeah, we'll tell you off air. That was the only episode.
Can you give us a clue?
Well, he called someone a CUNT in quite a jovial fashion. Like, I saw this part. I was like, you CUNT. Blah, blah. That person took offence and was like, you need to remove this. You need to remove this straight away. And I'm like, I was getting calls left, right, and centre. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm out. I don't really know what to do. And because that person had even recorded an episode with us. So there is a guest of whom there is an episode we're not allowed to publish because she won't let us. You'll know who it is as well.
I need to know this now.
You'll know her.
Right.
I'm confident you'll know her. I'm
or
80%. Yeah. Yeah, we had to. So that section we had to like chunk out. Yeah. Her episode she won't allow us to put out. And the most heartbreaking thing gets me to this day.
She
right?
followed you on LinkedIn or something.
Unfollowed me on LinkedIn. And do you know what I do from time to time?
Stalker.
Yeah, and because she comes up in my algorithm, like, you know, if she puts out a post, she tags loads of people in, I'll like it. Because I've got no qualms with her.
Have you commented? Or are you not grown that much?
No, my balls are still very much small on that one. I'm
glad you said that. I wasn't sure if that was allowed.
I think that's a step. I mean, we're talking, when was that, Molly? That must have been a year ago now, surely.
Yeah, well over. It was like one of the first 5 episodes or something.
It would have been.
First few episodes.
Well, yeah, I think Matt's episode was like 3 or 4 or something like that. It was a very, very early episode because, like I say, I've not long listened to it.
Become a fan. Well, listen, Mark, it's great to have you with us. So you're a client flow strategist from Digital Consultancy Services. Explain what that is. Tell us a bit about you. Tell us about the business. How do you help people?
So I hate the term marketing agency.
I made a note of that. Why do you hate that?
Because am I allowed to say there's too many dickheads that do it and they do a bad job of it?
No, you can't say that. Sorry, you
Oh,
can't. No,
shit, sorry. And that's exactly why.
Yeah.
I mean, you're borderline marketing as well, so people hate us.
Yeah. It's worse for us because we do a lot of
and
sales.
it's even
as well.
worse because you do sales as well. So you're that annoying person that rings us up in the middle of the afternoon.
Yeah, and the morning and the
Yeah.
night. Yeah.
And annoys us when we're in the middle of something. And people have... So everybody has tried a marketing agency at some point and been burnt badly. I've done it. I've wasted tens of thousands of pounds years ago with an agency, and they gave them far too much wiggle room, shall we say.
Right.
And I kept giving them the benefit of the doubt, and before I knew it, I'd been with them for 12 months and not got a single sale from it. You just become trusted, don't you? You think that you're dealing with these
too much
experts.
Smoke. So the smoke.
Yeah, smoke flying across my face.
There's secondary little puffs. But it's funny because you said smoke and mirrors and he went poof.
But no, so I try and do things a little bit differently. So I don't fill you with bullshit and false promises about amazing Facebook ads that are going to solve all of your problems, because anybody with half a brain cell knows that that's only a piece of the puzzle and there's so much more to it. And unlike most agencies, I do look at the big picture and I look at all the pieces and I help people build all of the pieces. So they've got a nice client flow system that brings them a steady stream of leads and converts into customers.
I love that. And you can see the passion for it within you. Can I ask, that time before you spent around, tens of thousands of pounds, you said, has that been like the main catalyst for you to do things your way, or is that gone and forgotten now?
No, obviously not, because I brought it up. So yeah, I'm still bitter about it. Yeah, and I think that you're right in saying that was the catalyst for it, because I'd always dabbled in marketing, shall we say. I'd always been in positions where there was an element of marketing involved in my role. So I've always known about it, but didn't feel confident enough to give it a go on my own, hence why I hired this particular marketing agency. And I'm ashamed to admit it was the second agency that burned me as well.
Really?
The first one wasn't so bad. I kind of cut them off before it did too much damage, but I was paying a lot more for this other one, so I thought, they must be better.
Yeah.
No. And I'd had enough by the end of, like I say, it was almost 12 months. And I said, look, this clearly isn't working. I'm paying you a lot of money every month and nothing's happening. And I said, I'm done. And I walked away from them. And I looked at what they'd done, you'll remember clip art from back in the day when PCs first came out.
What are you trying to say? I'm old enough to know clip art.
You're older than Molly, that's what I'm trying to say.
I do know clip art, don't worry, I do know clip art.
You dropped an Only Fools and Horses joke that landed like a lead balloon.
Well, I'll be honest, I thought just everyone knew Only Fools and Horses. I thought it was part of British education.
I will support you in the fact that it was a well-timed, perfectly made joke.
Thank you.
Just didn't get it.
If your audience wasn't so young, maybe. And obviously it's not your fault for being younger, but...
No.
I'll be honest, I just always thought that Megan had a good upbringing.
If you were old farts like us, you'd be all right.
I don't know what it's about.
I'm having a word with executive producer.
You have a word. You message her.
I'm going to message her. I'm
Yeah,
going to call
you do that.
Childline. You've been brought up.
To be fair, my mum did used to watch Only Fools and Horses. I just never watched it with her.
Oh, well, we need to change that.
But I do know clip art. I swear I used clip art at school.
You might have done. Yeah.
But the ad copy looked like it had been created on clip art
really? Yeah.
by a 5-year-old.
Mm.
And I was like, I could do better than that with my eyes closed.
Yeah.
And I did. I launched my own very first Facebook ad.
Yeah.
And after trusting this agency for almost a year, I made my first sale within an hour and a half of the ad going live.
Wow. Yeah.
And then consistently got sales over the next few days.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, so I do actually know what I'm doing then. Okay, cool. That's good to know. And then eventually I started doing it myself. And, that's where my company came around, and I always wanted to help people. So I've always wanted to do more than just Facebook ads or or just Google Ads. So although I do have what we'd call done for you services,
Okay.
I try and promote the done with you services more.
Okay.
So it's about teaching people what I've done and why I've done it.
That's a nice approach.
So they understand it. And also I think you can build a relationship with somebody through done for you, but when it's done with you, you're working with them on a much closer, more personal level, and you build much stronger connections. And when it comes to somebody picking you up and giving you a referral, it's just so easy. And that's how I work with my clients now. And I've got, there's one client that I'm working with currently, and it's like, there is no prompting at all from this. And literally every opportunity he gets, he's bigging me up.
Wow.
Like, to the point that I was with him last night, and I could barely walk out the room because my head was swelling that much. But we'll be at a networking event, and he'll walk up behind me, tap me on the back, saying hello, and he'll be like, "By the way, this guy's a genius. Make sure you listen to him," and then just walk off.
Wow.
That's what you need.
100%. And I've watched some of your videos, and you can hear your expertise in there. We hear it a lot. Well, hopefully not about ourselves, but about marketing agencies. And I think you are right. I liken it to cowboy builders.
Exactly that.
There are some fantastic builders out there who, they might charge a tiny bit more. They may charge a tiny bit less, but they get the job done. They're professional. They're clean. They're tidy. They tell you what they're doing and they do it right. But there are also a lot of cowboy builders out there. And it's those cowboy builders that then ruin the reputation of then the good builders. And we get it, like you said earlier, with that marketing agency, even worse with sales, because we get tarnished with that same brush, and my biggest crux, and I'm sure you've heard this, we'll speak to a company and they say, we've already got someone's, this company's looking after our SEO. Look, fantastic. I'm glad you've understood that that's a great route to market. What are they doing for you? What's the strategy? Don't know. They're just doing SEO. Okay, so when you get your weekly reports, your monthly reports, what does the report say? They'll just tell us what keywords they're focusing on. And you're like, well, is that all they're doing? And you're going, I think so. And you're like, well, how much are they charging you? $2,000 or $3,000 a month. And you're like, what? Like, do you get that with the clients you speak to? There is this, I'll use the term that you use, that whole kind of smoke and mirrors, we're a marketing agency, don't worry about it kind of thing. Does that make sense? Yeah,
and you do get that. And people like, I've already got this guy looking at this bit. They don't fully understand what they're doing, which brings me back to the done with you service, because, I'm not interested in working with companies that have ad spends of 5K plus.
Okay.
That's not because they're doing anything wrong or anything like that, but obviously, as you will know, it's a very different game when you get over a certain point, and I prefer to work with the smaller people. It's just my preference. So there will become a point where, hopefully, all being well, I'm that good at my job that I've taken you to the point where I'm no longer of use to you.
Yeah.
So you're going to go and find another company to use.
You're kind of making yourself sackable to some degree because of the success.
And it is, and I'm kind of doing myself out of a job, but I think on a positive way. But by me explaining to them what I've done and why I've done it, at least they then know when they are working with other people later down the line, they know whether they're being scammed or not. And you can kind of, look, we are very good at what we do. And as employers, as business owners, we can't be experts at absolutely everything. But there's nothing wrong with us having a little bit of knowledge so we can just make sure that people aren't ripping us off.
Yeah, and I think it's an adage for everything, like say everything within a business, whether it's accounts, operations, and so on. But again, we were talking off camera. I've become a bit of a fan of yours. I've seen your videos. I've seen what you've been putting out there. And when we sort of had this conversation for you to book on, you shared a story with me about a time that you set something up and it didn't quite work out the way you anticipated. And of course, on the podcast, we love to hear what we class as a failure story, even if it's not a full failure story. Enlighten us. What happened in this part of your career?
So, I'd love to say that this was donkeys years ago, and it was... It wasn't. It was much more recent than I would care to admit. But yeah, I come up with an idea of an entry level pathway to my services. So it was, whole idea was it was low cost. It got people into my environment started using some of my services, and then I upsell afterwards. Genius idea, really good, loved it. Spoke to a few people around the idea initially, got some really positive feedback from it. And I was like, I've nailed it. This is perfect. So I put it out there. Spent ages writing the sales copy, the message, the lot. And I even had one close associate ring me up and he's like, mate, this is fucking genius. I love it. And he's perfect. Like, you've spoken just to me, but I don't need it right now. But it's good. I was like, okay, cool. But crickets. Nobody bought from it. Everybody was telling me it was a really good idea, but nobody got the wallet out. And I've not completely given up on the idea. There is a 2.0 coming soon.
Lovely, yeah.
And I think I've learned where I went wrong, and I have adjusted it to suit. But it kind of taught me that sometimes we listen to people, especially those that we kind of know. Not necessarily friends, but people we network with and we meet regularly. And people aren't going to say to you, no, that's a fucking stupid idea, to your face, no matter how bad it is.
I would.
Yeah.
Your bookcase is a stupid idea.
You didn't say it properly.
Can we mute Megan's mic? Maybe.
What did I not say properly?
Fucking stupid idea.
Yeah.
Your book is my mic on, Molly? Your bookcases were a fucking stupid idea.
Just you wait. See, that if anything, that spurred me on.
What?
That has motivated me.
That's
to
the
make it
soundbite
work.
right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, nobody wants to be that person, or most of us don't want to be that person.
Yeah, she's not normal.
Because we want to be nice, don't we? We want to seem to be likeable, and if we give anybody any kind of negative feedback, we're scared we're going to hurt their feelings, or most of us are. So don't listen to voices, listen to wallets. So where I should have done first was pre-sell it. Get a small commitment from people beforehand, before I launched it. And there's actually one of my favourite authors that talks about this in quite a lot of detail in several of his books, actually. And the author's name is Mike Michalowicz, which is not as easy to say as I make it sound.
I was going to say, when you spelt it out, I was going to ask you, I didn't want to. I was just going to say, that quote you mentioned, tell us that.
Yeah. Mike is a business book author. So let me try and be really clever and get this in order now. So there's a toilet paper entrepreneur.
Okay.
The pumpkin plan. Profit first. Surge. Then it's get different, fix this next, and some of the more newer ones, but that's close.
So quite a few then.
I think there's about 9 in total now. And what I love about it is I'm not a reader. I can't stand reading.
You love a bookcase.
I love a bookcase. Every single book I've got on Audible, I do have the physical copy.
I do the same thing.
Gathering dust on my bookshelf.
Yeah. So I do read a lot of books, but then sometimes if I've listened to a book, because I'm old, I like physical things. Like it's got to be there. So I'm the same. Even if I've listened to it, I buy the physical book as like a little, hey, look what I've done. Sorry, I've interrupted your flow there, but I love that. Yeah.
But Mike actually narrates his own books.
Oh, okay.
And he is so passionate about his book. And he talks real, as he says. So on his earlier books, there's always a little bit of a warning at the beginning. He's like, look, I do swear. Like, I'm from New Jersey. I'm going to swear. I'm not swearing for the sake of swearing. I'm swearing because it's real life and it's how we talk. So he is there. He's reading away in his book, and you can imagine him kind of dancing around the studio while he's recording it, and he's effing and jeffing all the way through it. But I think it makes it more relatable.
Yeah.
But his books are awesome. So Profit First teaches you all about like how to manage your money and how to think differently around money. Genius idea. And one you'll probably like is his book called Get Different.
Okay.
Which is all around marketing and different strategies and how to make yourself stand out in a crowd.
Right, I love that.
Definitely recommend that one.
I'll check those out. So just before we play our first game of today, you mentioned, and you can share details, you don't have to share details. Obviously, there's going to be a load of listeners and potentially viewers of whom have gone through something similar. They've built something, then they've not come. It's the Wayne's World, Wayne stock kind of thing. They've built it. You won't know because you're too young. And you had a really rubbish upbringing, right? I'm joking.
Wow.
Lynn, I know you're listening. I apologise. I know she's not. She's a wonderful human being, right? A bit angry, but wonderful all the same. But she needs to watch some good classic movies. Please, let's make it happen.
I feel that bits of this might get cut out again, like the other story earlier.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I leave a lot of the editing to Megan, so
she's great.
She can paint me in a really bad light and make her come out as a shining angel every single episode.
And I do.
Yeah.
So my comment about you being right with the bookcase idea
Not going anywhere.
is definitely getting cut.
It'll basically be turned. You'll hear a voiceover come in. It'll be your voice, and then a really high-pitched female voice go, "Rob's wrong," like over the top. I can't remember where I was going with that. There's loads of people that would have, built something and it's not sold, it's not worked, it's not necessarily kicked off. You said there's a version, a 2.0 coming out there. Are we allowed to know what the different version is? Or I guess the secondary question to that is, for those people that have kind of faced that kind of initial setback, what would you say to them and why?
So 2.0, I'm hoping to launch early next year.
Lovely.
I think the actual idea behind it was sound. And I mean, basically, it was a membership idea, and it was all around teaching people how to do their own marketing and teaching them the client flow system, as I call it. And it was a membership, no commitment kind of thing. It was 50 quid a month, I think it was, if I remember rightly. And in my write-up, I spoke about how there was no commitment, but it was a 12-week curriculum.
Okay.
Nobody wants results after 12 weeks. They want them quicker.
Now.
And I think that's where I went wrong with it.
Okay.
So version 2.0 is a much more condensed version. Because originally I was targeting, traditional entrepreneurs. Most of us are time poor and financially poor in a lot of cases. So it was all about making something affordable to everybody, both financially and with time. So it's kind of like one touch point a month, which is why it was like a longer program. And I think that's where I went wrong with it. I mean, these may end up being my famous last words. But,
it's not like you've said it on a podcast where it's always going to be. Yeah.
I'm putting trust in here in somebody that the bits of this going to get edited out. But no, so I've now made this so instead of it being once a month, it's once a week.
Lovely.
So we get the core of the concept done a lot quicker. Okay. So we've kind of taken the idea and gave it a nice steroid injection and kicked it up a little bit to make it a little bit quicker. Exciting.
So I guess, again, just my secondary question then, is it a case of not, taking on the lessons and not giving up? Is it, never... What have you learned from that experience, would you say?
Like I said earlier, really, it's like pre-sale stuff. Like, if ever you're bringing something completely brand new to market, it's all good and well asking your friends, your family, your mates from networking.
Yeah.
Unless you ask Megan, they're not going to tell you the truth. So everybody needs to get Megan's email address so that they can get an honest opinion on an idea. Nice little plug for you there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Everyone needs a Megan in their life.
They do.
But, trust people's wallets, I think is the actual phrase taken from Mike's book. So pre-sell it. You don't have to sell it for the full amount, just get a beta group, pre-sell it to them for a discounted rate, get them in on a minimal financial commitment at this stage, like just say, yeah, I'm good with that. And then when you've actually launched it, you charge them a little bit more, but you're still charging them less than what you would have done. Because if nobody buys it, it's clearly a shit idea. So, speaking of shit ideas, how do we get people how can you pre-sell your wheelie bookcase idea?
I just don't think you can. I've tried. I liked it. Look, Megan kindly introduced me earlier as an expert sales trainer, right? Even I can't sell this idea to Megan. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do it, right? And I'm going to prove to her. And then when she comes crawling back, eating humble pie, I'll be sat there in front of my bookcases, looking intelligent, or just skateboarding around on them and just dancing around. Well, look, there's more I want to dig in with you, and obviously we want to talk about some more stories. And I've got a very important question to ask you about something that came up in your career whilst I was doing some research on you earlier on.
It's
something that's close to Megan's heart as well.
Fuck off.
It's something close to Megan's heart. I want to play our first game with you. I want to play Mystery Mishaps. Are you comfortable with that? There's no dancing. There's no...
I'm fine with playing the game, but I'm really intrigued about your question now as well.
Perfect.
And I don't want to wait.
No, we've got to keep the audience hooked. We've got to keep the viewers hooked.
Yeah.
So, this game is a very simple game. It's a bit of a different variant. I know you're catching up on season 2. So the game is called Mystery Mishaps. Megan, if you wouldn't mind grabbing the camera, we need to take a photo of you. So behind me, you'll see strategically placed our Taylor Swift board.
It's getting a little hard to tell it's Taylor Swift now because she's a little bit obscured.
Littered. We might need to spread these out a little bit. But Megan,
so.
Molly, are you happy with the placement of Taylor here? Do you want Taylor in between Mark? Is she fine where she is? So Taylor Swift is our time tracker. She is our Taylor time tracker. To remind us, we've got to do this swiftly. Okay, so
I like it. I like it.
Here all day. So,
Unfortunately,
yeah. So we are with Mystery Mishaps. I've got in mind. I've got a business. I've got a brand. I've got a company. I've got a product. I've got a campaign that went wrong. There was a mishap. There was a mistake. Something went wrong. It could be really horrendous that this company is no longer with us. It could just be that they got fined. It could just be that they got a slap on the wrist. Whatever it is, right? I'm going to reveal to you 5 clues. You've got to guess the name of the company, the brand, the company, whoever it will be. And again, to get you on the leaderboard, you've just got to answer it as quickly as possible. Does that all sound fair?
No pressure.
No, lovely. We'll take a quick photo of you now. Ready? So feel free to pose however you wish.
I'm not even acknowledging the camera.
There we go. We were literally down to the last Polaroid then, so I was panicking a little bit. Remind me, I need to order some more. So are you
Don't
normally...
forget to order more Polaroids.
Thank you very much. Yeah, if you can
Somebody has to do that
that'd
joke.
be good. Are you good at quizzes? Are you good at... Are you competitive? Or?
I am very competitive. I am crap at quizzes.
This one
Same.
you
Not
might
a
get.
good combination.
I've kept this one quite open-ended. I've tried to keep it... It's common. It should be firm but fair, is what I'm saying. It's not super easy. It's not super hard. It should be. You might get it in one. Who knows?
I clearly didn't bribe you enough before we went on air for this.
No, again, there was no brown wallet, envelope handed over in the car park beforehand, which I'm upset about. But yeah, so I'm trying to get the audio in and turn around at the same time. But we've got an array of people still leading the way. At the very top here is a lovely lady, an incredible lady called Rosanna on 7.9 seconds. Followed up at the very rear, Anthony Hutton, the 2005 Big Brother winner, who came on the show, who got it in 2 minutes and 50 seconds. So
that's what I'm beating tonight. I'm going to be slower than him.
Well,
because I'm going for the slowest time.
To be fair, I'd be surprised if you're not within a minute. To be fair. I think it's quite a common one. So again, I'll read out to you 5 clues. At the end of every clue, you get 1 guess. Okay? And we'll go from there. Molly, are we ready with the timer? Bless Molly. Molly's like juggling like 10 different things over there. Okay, are you comfortable? Are you ready?
Get on with
it. Okay, Megan, are you comfortable? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Lovely. You're not doing anything for this part, so just sit tight. Right, Molly, are we ready? Do you want to count us in?
3, 2, 1.
This marketing campaign was judged misleading by the Advertising Standards Authority, and the fallout cost the CEO of the company personally hundreds of thousands of pounds.
No idea. Next question.
The marketing campaign promised winners could receive a solid gold beer can hidden in packs valued at around £15,000.
Not yet. Next.
Winners discovered the cans were actually gold-plated brass, not solid gold.
Oh, no, I thought I was getting somewhere with this.
No, okay.
Further up.
You got 2 clues. The last clue you'll get, I'm sure. The company later reran the promotion, making sure to emphasise gold-plated rather than solid gold to avoid repeating the mistake.
I'm purely guessing here, Carlin or Foster's.
Good guess. We're on the right lines, but no, this one, you'll get it. This is a UK-based craft brewer / pub chain known for provocative marketing?
Oh, Brewdog.
Brewdog. He's got it. Stop the clock. Stop the clock.
Are you sure we've not had this one before? Brewdog was the answer to another mystery mishap.
Was it?
I don't know if it was the same thing, but Brewdog was...
What, in this season?
Yeah, I swear
It was
like,
different clues, though, I think.
oh.
Was it the same
I
dilemma,
think there might have been something else to do with their marketing, but it wasn't that. I've not heard that one.
Have we
so it
not?
wasn't that.
Okay. To be fair, we could probably just do a mystery mishaps about Brewdog. Every
Yeah.
single, which company had a massive HR issue, or whatever. So well done, you correct. Brewdog ran a promotional campaign in the UK where consumers were told they were going to find a solid gold can that was worth £15,000, but it was actually gold-plated brass. The UK regulator Advertising Standards Authority ruled the adverts misleading. So the company's CEO, and I forget his name now, James Brewdog. It's not James, we'll go with it. He had to pay out personally £470,000 to sort out the fallout. So, well done. Are you a Brewdog fan? Do you like the beer? Are you a beer fan at all? Are you?
I'm not a big drinker, to be honest.
You're not?
No, but funnily enough, coming from Burn-on-Trent, kind of like the alcoholism of the country, probably.
Of course. I want to say Marston's. Are they
Marston's, Bass, Iron Coop, back in the day, yes.
Because I'm sure I've driven down a road in Burton, and on the right, there's literally just brewery after brewery after brewery. Is that right? Am I making that up?
Not so much anymore, but
okay.
Yeah, kind of. Like, back in the day,
of clip art and Only Fools and Horses.
Boring history lesson here now. But back in the day, most of Burton was owned by Bass, so pretty much every building was owned by Bass, which is now Coles.
Right. Of course it is. Right, so...
Bad joke.
But I got a side eye from Molly there. Molly, what are the scores on the doors? Are we looking good? Are we looking bad? Where is Mark sitting?
It's a good time. I was trying to work out where he is on the tracker.
Okay.
I can reveal he came in at 59 seconds.
Ooh.
Hey, well
Just
done.
in a minute.
That's a respectable score.
That's good.
So you've actually beaten a wonderful guest of ours, Charlie, who came in at 1 minute 2, and you're just underneath Nick Gold. So you're within the top 10, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, no, you're not. I'm so sorry. You're 11th. Sorry.
There's a misleading campaign there.
That is.
I'm sorry. But look, 11th is still very respectable. So well done.
All empty talk now.
I know.
You built me up and shot me we'll all in one go.
Well, we've got another game to play. Got another game to play coming up soon, Icky Linky. And when I said to you out there, we're going to play Icky Linky, your face was like, what on earth? But it'll make complete sense. So, I mean, look, I want to hear, some more of your failings and mistakes over the years. Have you had time to think about anything else that's kind of gone a bit wrong and anything you can share with us at all?
I mean, probably something that I did want to share, which one of your other guests did age ago. It may have been Matt Glover, actually. I can't remember. But he's basically don't spend the VAT money.
Oh.
It wasn't Matt, was it? But it was around that time.
I think our second ever guest, I believe.
Something to do with kitchens. Ben,
Ben Knowles. Is it Ben Knowles? Yeah, Chef Ben. Yeah. So, tell us about, has that happened to you then?
So, very early days, because I'm not an accountant, and you kind of, you have a job, and you know what, the money that's in the bank is yours, and you pay your bills, and then you piss the rest up the wall, so to speak. Nobody really tells you about business and what to do in business. So, I didn't have somebody telling me early days that, you need to put 20% away for tax and, you're 20% away for your VAT and that. Don't spend the taxman's money and all that kind of thing. And it's just being prepared for it as well. And, don't get me wrong, my story is not as severe as Ben's was, thankfully.
Yeah.
Ben unfortunately got caught out with it and ended up owing,
I think he owed
about 20 grand once,
grand,
isn't it?
I think, something like that, yeah.
Which is quite the wake-up call. I was quite fortunate that it was all spotted early on. So, but yeah, just nobody really teaches you those things, and understanding that it's no longer your money; it's actually the company's money, especially if you're limited like I am. So, you can't just take money willy-nilly and spend it.
Yeah, and again, I like what you said there, because we talk about it a lot on the podcast about this whole no one. I will argue you can get a degree in business, you can get a degree in business studies. No one teaches you real life business until you are in real life
Completely
business. Agree. And were you kind of self-educated throughout your business journey then?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I'm thick as two short planks on paper. I left school at 16 with barely GCSEs. I think I just about scraped a few, but it was quite depressing. And I've worked all my life, and I've learned how to survive and do what I want through life, not reading a book. Not that there's anything wrong with being a book nerd and going to university and doing all that boring shit, but I've learned through real life, and you're absolutely right. No, I even spoke to somebody not all that long ago, an associate of mine who went to, I can't remember, but supposedly one of the best business schools in England, and one down in London. And he considers himself quite educated and quite intellectual and everything. And I said to him, I'm thinking about going back to uni. Well, not back to uni, but to uni. And getting my degree in business, just for a bit of like self-pride, really. And he said, don't waste your time. Like, you know more about business now than anything you would have learned in that course. So you'd actually be showing up the professors teaching it. I was like, I think there was a compliment in there somewhere. I'm just self-taught, really. And you learn the hard way, don't you? I mean, I was fortunate enough that I had a successful career in another role, which probably get dragged up at some other time. And kind of the person that I worked for at the time kind of took me under his wing a little bit and taught me quite a lot about business in the sense of P&Ls, inventory, can't talk, all that kind of thing. So he taught me a lot about the behind the scenes in business, but not to not spend the VAT money.
Yeah, and do you, again, I might be asking it in a question too deep here. How do you cope with that now? So obviously before you weren't sort of siphoning off the money was just there, and you were kind of forgetting that. Then you get the unexpected tax bill, the VAT, which we've all been through. Yeah. Do you have a way of managing that now, or?
So I just literally siphon bits off into different pots and everything now, which brings me back to Profit First by Mike McCallowitz. I don't follow it exactly, but there are elements within that make a lot of sense, and it's all about having little pots. And instead of having a big plate of money, breaking that into different little pots and only taking from one plate and never touching the rest of it again. I think it's quite similar to dieting, and it's like, instead of having a big plate, buy a small plate and put your dinner on that, because you'll naturally eat less. And you'll get used to eating less. So it's about being more frugal with your expenses and everything as well. Learning to adapt your business to run on less.
I like that, because I don't know about you, and I'm going to be really open and transparent here. I've done the same. So I've got in the business bank multiple bank accounts. The idea is money comes in, I go, right, 20% now I'm going to put there, 20% I'm going to get there, kind of thing. Because historically I've done it where you've got one big bank account and you go, fuck yeah now, boys. This time next year, Rodney,
let's go.
Yeah, you're straight down the casino, and God knows what, legally I didn't. But it was a strip club. But like, you then kind of like you say, you get the VAT bill come through, you get the tax bill that you forget about, or and you go, oh no, like the money's gone. So like for me, I've done the same. It helps to kind of, if you split things off, your business bank may look a little bit shy, but actually you've then got those secondary accounts. And because I guess you must have the same problem as we do, in the fact that because you're a service-based business, your expenses to be able to claim back VAT are quite minimal. Would I be right in saying that?
So and silly things like putting money aside for your subscription. So I have Microsoft Office. Obviously alternative platforms are available. And a couple of times earlier on, when things were a little tighter than they are now, like GoDaddy would try and take 400 quid out of my bank account. They're and all of a sudden I've not got the money for it. Yeah. So it's making sure you've got the money for those annual subscriptions, because you pay for it for a year so you don't have to think about it again. But actually, no, you're still going to pay for it again
soon comes
the
out
next year. So you still need to put that monthly amount away. I'm going to knock that pot over.
No, it's very pretty, but it's also very annoying because it's gangly. I think our bookcases are here.
Yeah, he's coming over here. He's going to try and get in.
Rob, what are you doing?
Oh, playing golf this afternoon, Megan.
Aren't you a really busy, important businessman?
I am really busy. I've got so much to do. I'm still going to play golf this afternoon.
How?
Well, one of the things that business owners get caught up in is bookkeeping and simple bookkeeping tasks. But I work smart. I use Xero accounting software.
What, Xero?
Well, Megan, Xero is a highly intuitive piece of software, cloud-based, that allows you to send invoices, keep on top of your bookkeeping, and ultimately helps you run the finance of your business at a click of a button.
Wow, that sounds really good.
Do you know what? It's really good. And one of the things that I absolutely love is all of the reports. I can look at my profit and loss in the click of a finger. And what that means is that most important part of the business, some would say the most boring part, the accounts, invoicing, chasing invoices, it's done for me, which frees up my time.
Wow, I think every business owner should have that.
Do you know what? I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. The more people can get on the golf course, the better. And listen, we have just partnered with Xero. And that means that any business owner listening to this podcast can get
4 months
at 90% off just by clicking the link in the comments or the show notes below.
That's amazing.
Do you know what? It is fantastic. So listen, if you are, for any business owner out there that wants to be on the golf course, that wants to get out there and have some fun, all they've got to do, click that link, try Xero for next to nothing and see how it changes their life. I want to keep Megan away from these bookcases, because if Megan gets close to them, they'll go missing, parts will be missing and all sorts. So
they'll just get burnt.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, and I think, again, it goes back to what we said. On day one of business, you're not taught that. It's very easy to set up a business. You pay your money to Company's House, or I can't remember what you pay now.
50 quid, I think.
Is it? Yeah, it was so long ago. The one thing that annoys me, and I moan about this all the time, we nearly got shut down about it because of this year, is your confirmation statement. Every year I've got to pay Company's House 30 quid to say that I'm still in business. It seems like utter nonsense. And I forgot to do my confirmation statement this year.
What month does yours fall on? Do you recall?
I want to say February. Could be March, actually.
So you may have been lucky that last year you didn't have to pay the increased price.
Maybe.
Everything to do with Company's House last year went up by 18%.
Did it? Yeah.
So all your annual not subscriptions, but like you say, confirming statements and that's I think it was like £13 or something when I first started, and now it's like 30, 40. And I know it's not a lot, but that's quite a jump.
But it's bonkers. It seems like to be. Look at the bookcases. If they were on wheels, that'd be so much easier for them.
Is he okay? Sorry, he just popped his shoulder out and then popped like that.
I mean, with respect, they're IKEA Billy bookcases. They're made out of cardboard.
Did you not just see him? He genuinely just went like that and shoved his shoulder or something.
Have we damaged him? Have we got a lawsuit coming our way? Oh, but yeah,
you haven't accepted delivery yet, so it's technically still their property.
That's fair.
I think you're okay.
That's fair. As long as we make him a tea, that'll be all right. But yeah, and it's another expense. But again, that day one of setting the business up, people don't say, "Hey, listen, don't worry, you can go on courses and so on, but look, do this, do that." And again, hopefully that's what this podcast will do. We want to be able to appeal to those that have been in business for years and enjoy hearing the stories, but also those that are starting businesses or quite early on in the business. So they go, I like what Mark said here about putting that money in these little pots. I'm going to do that. Do you know what I mean? That, which is good.
And I think if most of us were being honest, and we're not honest, in business we shy away from honesty, and we're like, no, everything's great. I've just landed a brilliant new client worth a fortune. It's all bollocks. It's all front. But if we were a lot more honest, I think a lot more people will have made all of these mistakes that have been discussed on this show over the last 2 years.
2 years? No, not even that. No, 1 year. How does it work? No, maybe 2 years.
No, a year and a half.
Year and a half. Yeah. We'll sit
Close
in the middle.
enough.
Yeah,
Close
we'll
enough.
sit in the middle. We're not too sure.
You know, we'll have all made these mistakes, and I'm kicking this rug up again.
Oh, Molly's going to kick
I'm going
off
to
in
get
a
told
second.
off by somebody in a minute. I do apologise, Molly. And, you know, we would have all made these mistakes, but we don't like to admit to it, do we?
Of course. And it's funny, and again, it's funny you should say that. Like, we found when we've invited guests onto the podcast before, some people are very, very proud. They're like, do you want to come on the podcast? It sounds great. I want to come on the podcast. Absolutely. Listen, we like to talk about failures. We like to talk about mistakes. Oh, no. No, we don't. No. Oh, no. We wouldn't want to admit to the world that we make mistakes. And you're like, well, you're human.
It, yeah.
Like, yeah, exactly. Like we all fuck up. We all make mistakes.
Yeah.
We all I do it, you know, like I say earlier on this year, it was just a common thing. I thought the accountant was going to do the confirmation statement. The accountant thought I was going to do the confirmation statement. It sat in that grey area. And then lo and behold, I'm getting a letter from my bank saying, we hear through the Business Gazette, whatever it is, that Paragon is being forced to close down. Your business bank is going to be closed. I'm like,
First strike off.
Yeah, I'm like, what? I'm like, honestly, you know, I'm twitching. You know, it's first thing in the morning. I was caffeinated up to the max.
I may have done that one myself over the years as well. Maybe.
Exactly. But again, look, I think the whole company's housing is utter bollocks and outdated.
It's an amazing thing. It serves its purpose, and
they're
do
not going to get you,
right.
Mark. Fuck them. No, I'm coming for your company's house. They need some of your finesse in there to modernise things. That's what I'd say. I think it needs some modernisation. But when I was, you know, I've become a bit acquainted with you weirdly through social media, which sounds a bit more stalkerish than it is. And early on today, I had a look through your LinkedIn profile, and I could see a nice array of different careers, which I think has served you well over the years. I'd like to dive deep into one because I've got a very burning question to ask you. Now, this is a matter close to your heart.
I'm
Megan.
nervous. I'm very nervous.
Megan is a massive fan of pizza. Okay.
I knew it was going to be that.
So I believe, but if you don't mind me asking, you were part of the Dominos group for quite a long time. Is that right? I've got 11 years in my head. I could be completely wrong there.
Next up, it's me admitting how hard I am. It was actually a little bit more than that.
Was it?
Yeah, and that's as far as we're going into that bit of the question.
Well, I've only got one question to ask you about Domino's. Okay, so I heard a rumor, right? So you know when you order a Domino's and you get the whole loading screen of your order's being prepared, it's out in the oven, it's out for delivery. You know that circle that they have. Is that fake?
Is it fake?
Describe fake to me. What do you mean? What would happen for it to be fake?
Is it untrue? Is it?
So it's all based on timing. So
Yeah, but
the system works on assumptions. So it knows how long it should take to take an order over the phone. It knows how long it should take us to make an order, how long the oven takes to cook it, and how long it takes to deliver it.
that's
So
an
that's-
assumption.
I would say that's fake.
I would argue that's fake. If
So-
it's like your delivery's on its way, but it's not.
Yeah.
There are certain things that will kick in different stages. So, obviously, when you put the phone down and complete the order,
Yeah.
it sends a signal to the system that the order's been created.
Yeah.
Then when we make the order, we acknowledge it by pressing, well, it may even be completely different now, but when many moons ago when I was there, you'd hit the enter key, and that would mark it as completed.
Yeah.
And it tells the system that it's in the oven. And then every oven is set to approximately 6 minutes. Don't know how you can have every and approximately in the same sentence, but you know my point. They take 6 minutes to cook. So then they know it's out the oven and it's ready. Then the driver will clock the order out.
Yeah.
And then that's when. So I think it's a mixture of fact and fiction.
It's a fugazi. Is it a fugazi? They say,
In that, you know, different stages will be acknowledged and will be factual. Like when it's telling you it's in the oven, it is in the oven.
Okay.
But I also know how a lot of the stores work, and because they are KPIs that you're targeted on, they fudge the figures.
Yeah.
One thing I never did, and I hated that so many of my peers, I think would be the correct term, did do that, and they would clock orders off early, they'd clock them out early, and all this stuff. I'm like, what are you doing? What do you think you're achieving by doing this? Because all you're doing is hiding the fact that the shit's hit the fan and you're not handling the rush at all.
Yeah.
And people are actually waiting 2 hours for the food.
Yeah. But it ticks the boxes. You see,
I'd get angry.
No. What,
Yeah.
you get angry? No.
2 hours for my pizza.
Especially over
I
pizza.
know.
You'd be
I
fuming.
really want a Domino's now.
Do you know what? I'm craving.
I
What's
really
your
want a
What's your Domino's
I
of
used to have
choice?
the barbecue one.
Oh, like barbecue chicken
The,
kind of
Yeah.
thing.
the barbecue one.
The barbecue. Oh, no, because it's not
It's
barbecue
called
chicken.
Texas barbecue.
Texas
Yeah,
barbecue.
Texas
That's
barbecue,
it.
yeah.
I left when I was 30 years old. Do the maths. Like, it's not that hard. It really isn't.
Texas.
That's my
barbecue.
favourite. Yeah, that's my favourite. Yeah,
I
what's
really don't get it. Can't stand barbecue sauce.
Oh, it's
What?
so
Can you not?
good.
And like when I've had pizza with friends and girlfriends and things like that, and like, yeah, order whatever you want, but do not order a Texas barbecue or put that disgusting barbecue sauce on my pizza.
No, it's so good.
It is good. Yeah, I'd have like barbecue sauce. I was going to say with anything, but maybe
And
not.
that's no
Very
reflection
good.
on Domino's barbecue sauce. I feel I need to point out.
Yeah.
I can't stand barbecue sauce as
as a whole.
To
Yeah,
be fair, like, I don't think I like barbecue sauce that much, but the Domino's one is actually good.
yeah. But it's the same with the garlic dip. Like that garlic
Mm.
dip is
You know what's really good? The Domino's cookies.
yeah in the little
Cookies,
box.
they're
Yeah.
really good.
Are you having a Domino's tonight
Yeah.
now?
I
So-
didn't think that they were that good.
Really?
I mean, I'm going back probably longer than you've been alive,
Yeah.
but they used to do like an icing dip thing. So it was pieces of dough that we'd cook in the oven. Cinnamon sticks, they were called.
Okay,
I'm going back
yeah.
a long time. Probably not quite as long as you are old, but we go with the joke that you're way too young. But and they used to come with a little pot of icing dip.
I think I
I'm
remember. yeah.
trying to think now. So probably how old? Probably 20-ish years ago.
Right. Yeah.
We're probably going maybe even 25. Shit, I am old.
Now you are showing your age.
Yeah, I mean, I'm only 45. Like, I'm not that old.
Not at all. Not at all.
So he sells himself
Yeah. Well,
every day.
Well, yeah. Tell me. Yeah. Well, look. I'm glad we cleared that up because it's always been on my mind. I talk about it a lot because people believe that is related to your pizza in particular. That's the journey that it goes on. Well, look. I want to play our second and final game if you're happy for that. This game is called Icky Linky. You're on LinkedIn, aren't you? Do you like LinkedIn? People have a love-hate relationship with it.
I'm a big fan of LinkedIn, and it is kind of a big part of my strategies that I teach and everything as well. What I don't like is people in sales spamming me on LinkedIn. So this is possibly where me and you would fall out.
Well, no, I agree wholeheartedly with you. Look, my thesis, my kind of passions are that sales comes from human-to-human interaction. You're supposed to talk to people, engage, build relationships. A sales conversation will happen thereafter, right? I get them all the time as well. These spammy messages, left, right, and centre, automated messages.
I can get you 30 booked appointments in your calendar, or you don't pay.
Yeah.
But you've still got to pay up front.
Yeah, absolutely.
We don't. We'd talk about that for hours.
Oh, absolutely. But obviously, you're on LinkedIn quite often. You must have seen some posts that what we call just give you the ick, right? They just make you go, oh my God, get over it. You know, I went to my nan's funeral. Here's the 10 business lessons I learned from it. You know, that kind of post that you just think, get off your high horse a little bit. So every week we go on LinkedIn and we either find a LinkedIn post that's genuine, that someone has posted that gives us the ick, or we write one or use AI to write one. And you, the guest, and of course you listening at home, have to guess if it's a real story, if it's a real LinkedIn post, or if it's completely made up. So last week, we read this one out. So last week's episode, it was just you and I, but it was sort of Megan and Molly in here. I'll read out the post. I'll read it quite quickly for you, and I'll see what you think. So this came out at the time of Halloween. It says, no tricks, just treats. October has been a monster month for our BDM. She's booked a record-breaking 26 discovery calls with high-quality prospects, the kind of businesses we know we can deliver serious results for. While most people were carving pumpkins, she was carving out opportunities. Thing is, tough markets don't mean no opportunity. They just mean you have to work smarter, stay consistent, and keep your energy focused on the right activity. Blah, 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 blah. Big shout out to Angie for a scarily good month. Here's to turning those discovery calls into long-term partnerships with an emoji of a champagne bottle. Now, do you think that was actually posted on LinkedIn and it's a true story, or do you think that's completely made up? Do you think I have made that up?
I don't feel that you read it in the best light, because you reading it to me was giving me the ick, just in your mannerisms and the way you were reading it. Yeah. If you are willing to share the text with me, I can tell you straight away if it's AI or not.
Well, it might be AI. I can't do that, is the honest answer, Mark. I cannot do that.
I feel that it was a genuine post that was put up, but I also feel that it was created by AI, by the person that put it up.
I'll take that as an answer. Megan, sorry, you're Megan. Megan.
Wrong way around, mate.
Wrong way. Megan thinks that that's a true story.
Okay.
You think that was posted on LinkedIn. Do you not remember?
I don't remember. I didn't know if I said true or false, but I probably said true.
You said true. Look, Megan, true.
Yeah.
Molly believes that that's a false story. Molly believes that I made that up. I can reveal, actually, Mark, you are correct on this one. So, well, it was a true post on LinkedIn. Funnily enough, posted by the MD founder of a competitor of ours. Okay.
Ooh, that's a bit salty.
But I agree with you. That's got ChatGPT written all over it. Written all over it.
If you now are willing to show me the text, I will be able to confirm that.
So this is, bear in mind that I've put that into my notes.
Did you literally copy and paste it?
Copy and paste, yeah.
So if it was done by AI, and I still think it was, they've at least taken the key markers out.
Yes, yeah, the double hyphens.
The double hyphens, which I find a lot of Rob's posts.
I wasn't going to say that, because I don't talk about that.
Yeah, but yeah,
giving my tricks away now.
Yeah, I mean, look, that was a real post that I saw, and it just really gave me the ick. The no tricks, just treats. It's just like, fuck off.
It almost has like a poetry feel to it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Which is, again, is why I thought, yeah, that's very much a write me a post about this for my business kind of generic crap shit. How to do it wrong.
Yeah.
Prompt on
Absolutely.
ChatGPT.
Yeah. And what's really good is this guy coaches, trains, and gets his clients to do the same thing. So, right, we're going to do this. We're going to do this week's Icky Linky. So, again, I'm going to read you a post. I won't reveal the answer this week. You'll have to tune in next week to hear if it's true or false. So, you ready for it? Leading a company at the edge of what's possible isn't about titles. It's about relentless execution, clarity of vision, and the courage to bet on the future before it's obvious. Every challenge we have faced has been sharpened, has only sharpened our focus. Every setback has strengthened our resolve. Today, we're not just competing, we're redefining the game. As CEO, my mission is simple. Build a team that refuses to settle for good enough and drive results that speak louder than ambition. We've grown faster, executed smarter, and led with conviction. We've turned ideas into impact and vision into measurable value. Here's to every founder, leader, and builder who wakes up every day ready to change the rules instead of just playing by them. Mark, I'll go to you first. Do you believe that this was posted on LinkedIn? Do you believe this is a true post, or do you think that I have made it up?
I think this is you.
Okay, so we'll go with the false.
I think this is definitely a made-up one, and I think you've made it like that to kind of stroke somebody's ego, to make it come across as false. Okay, because there's definitely a lot of ego stroking in there.
There is some ego stroking in there.
Egotistical, if you ask.
It would be quite egotistical, Megan. That's right, absolutely. You were agreeing with Mark though a second. Are you saying that this is made up?
I don't know. Maybe. Yeah,
like, this is the first time I've properly met Rob in person, but I've listened to enough podcasts to know that a certain member of the room loves themselves very much.
Molly.
And I know you two can't really agree with me because you work with him.
Right, you know Megan well enough now. She does agree with you.
I'm just so happy that someone else has said it. I can't believe it.
Have you listened to the earlier podcasts? Be honest.
No, of course not.
So in the earlier episodes, Mr. I Don't Love Myself does not talk about an earlier career of his a lot.
What, find food and ingredients or something?
No, we talked about that a lot in season 1.
You're forgetting the other one, Megan.
Oh, the naked butler. Oh, fucking hell, yeah.
You've got to love yourself to not only be able to do that, but then talk about it on a podcast as
You've
well.
talked about it a lot recently as well.
It's called a midlife crisis. That's the issue.
Yeah, but I feel that you were only early 20s when that happened. So it's not really a midlife crisis,
well, it was
is
a quarter life crisis when it happened. But I think for me, I'm coming to terms with it all. You're loving this. You are loving this, aren't you? Yeah. So just to fill you in on some gaps. So Megan is an incredible dancer and does some dance teaching on a Saturday and gives back to the local community. Or it's either that or sort of like, you know, what do they call it? Like community service because of a crime she's committed. We don't really know. But she went to did a class on, you tell the story.
So the kids that I teach, I say kids, like the older ones, found our social media. So they found our Instagram, found our TikTok. And then, oh, Megan, we found your podcast. So then I spent a whole lesson with them because they didn't want to dance. They wanted to watch the podcast. So I showed them like a few bits. There's like an episode where I talked about the show that we'd been doing. So I watched that one. And they were like, he talks over you a lot, doesn't he? I was like, yeah, he does. But yeah, he doesn't shut up. No, he doesn't. He's quite egotistical. And I was like, you know what? Yeah. And they just spent the whole time just ripping into him.
I mean, I do think it's part of his charm.
Thank you, Mark. Can we clip that?
Charm?
I'm trying to be polite about it.
Don't be.
It does remind me of an episode I heard where at the start of it, so very similar to kind of what you did before we came in. It's like, you're going to be introducing today. You were doing your pre-intro warm-up and you're like, right, we're here and Megan, you're going to start today. And you started and he just completely shut you down. Spoke over you. That? But then what I loved, and I was walking down the street at the time listening to the podcast. I was laughing out loud, crying with my headphones in. People must have thought I was a right weirdo because you basically pulled him up to it on it. And you were like, no, you've just shot me down. You've just completely talked all over me. Proper gave him a bollocking on air. And I was crying.
That is, to be honest, that is basically our relationship.
Yeah,
it is
me telling you off.
It's just,
you pissing me off and me.
Yeah, me trying to do my job. And you just haven't.
How is that your job to talk over me? Sorry, that's not your job.
Straight away. Not even a second's pause. Not even a second pause. Well, look. I'm gonna have to rush this because we've got someone else coming in the studio in 10 minutes. I've just realised the time. So Mark's going with false. Molly, we'll turn to you briefly because obviously I don't want to talk over Megan. So, what do you think that's a true story or a false story?
I don't know on this one. I'm gonna go with true on this one.
You're going to go true?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. Megan, I'll shut up in a second.
Thank
Do you think...
False.
Can I talk?
Yeah.
So you think it's false. So we've got Mark false, Molly true, and Megan false as well.
Yeah.
Well, look, I'm not going to reveal the answer today. So make sure you stay tuned. Next week, we'll reveal the answer and we'll let you know whether I found that on LinkedIn or whether it's completely made up. But Mark, honestly, you've been great to chat to, and we did make a joke at the start. I can't remember if we were recording or if it's off camera about, getting you back in, and I'd love to have you back in because you brought some great value in, and I'm sure there's more we can dive deep into. And
I feel that Molly, sorry, I keep doing now I've pulled you up on it, now I'm doing it.
Easy mistake.
Apologies, ladies. Megan, I'm sure you would have me back.
Please.
Just for the backup, to be honest.
Yeah, I need that support, honestly.
Do you know what? We'll have just a Megan special season, and it's just Megan and guests slagging Rob off. I think that can make a nice little...
Or we could just like a sub-podcast. Or like a little social series.
Oh my God, it could be called the I Hate Rob Club.
Oh my God, yeah. Yeah.
There's an idea. Anyway, look, Mark, we'd love to get you back, but just remind us, tell us how, we'll make sure obviously we tag you in and there'll be links in the descriptions below for people to reach out to you. How's best for people to contact you and who do you want to hear from?
LinkedIn is probably the preference, so just find me on LinkedIn. This is where I probably should know my handle off the top of my head.
We'll make sure we tag you.
Please
it'll be
help
below.
Me out here, guys, and make sure it's in there. Just basically small business owners that are looking to help get heard more. So experts, as I like to call them. So these are I don't want to use the term consultants, coaches and agencies because that's what everybody does. But yeah, those kind of people. You're an expert in what you do. You share your knowledge. You teach people something. I help you get found in the mass of online.
Amazing. Well, we will make sure that we tag Mark in all the links below. But thanks so much for coming in. You've travelled really far. You've been a great sport today, and we'll definitely get you back in. And thank you to you, the listener, for joining us on this week's episode of How I Failed in Business. These episodes come out every single Tuesday, unless Megan forgets. So make sure you are following us. Make sure you subscribe so that you never miss an episode.
A massive thank you to Mark for sharing his stories and for joining us today. If you do want to get involved and you want to join us in the studio, be sure to reach out to us, contact us anywhere on social media, or contact us through howifailedinbusiness.co.uk.
Thank you so much for joining us once again, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Bye.
Bye.